Well, since its early inception into the cultural zeitgeist, the idea of artificial intelligence has advanced significantly. Black people and, moreover, seniors suffer from the lack of representation in the world of fashion and the world of media. From this observation, artist Malik Afegbua imagined a series called A Fashion Show for the Seniors using artificial intelligence. Well, he joins us now to discuss his work after his virtual fashion show went viral on the internet. Malik, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us on the Weekend Report. This morning I was reading an article that described your fashion show as one that broke every ordinance in the fashion rule book. How does it feel to almost be a vanguard of fashion in this sense?
How does it feel? Honestly, because it wasn't planned, and I'll just say it was overwhelming at first, but it felt great to kind of resonate with people, for people to actually understand the kind of message I was trying to pass. So it was a good feeling, and that happened really fast. Really fast.
I think for a lot of people who, of course, were a part of the viral element of your fashion show and really enjoyed its very unique essence, are curious about what led you to be inspired by senior citizens and using them in this manner to showcase fashion.
Okay, so I've got like a long series called the Elder Series, and that is showing black people, especially elderly black people, in places that you would normally not see them. Because we have this representation problem, we have this marginalization problem. There's so many things that have to do when it comes to, that are not done properly when it comes to black people. So I was trying to use that to reimagine, what could possibly be what it's supposed to be, and it's a way of using technology to pretty much showcase what's normally not able, like, for instance, I'm a filmmaker and I'd love to write films but the kind of films that I write are the films that are really expensive to create. But with the help of AI, I could reimagine this waltz in a matter of just minutes and just, use that to visualize it, use that to tell a story, or use that to, pass a message in that. So that was what I did with the Elder Series. So it's called the Elder Series. I've got the elders I've got 20 different situations where I put them in, or 20 different places where I put them in. So the fashion show was one of them. And the fashion show was the one that actually resonated the most with people. And I kind of understand that, because that's not what you've seen before. It's not what has happened before anywhere really in the world. So I think, and apart from that, just the emotional side of the elderly people as well.
Yeah, talking about that resonance, I really want to delve a little deeper into that, because understanding that it's actually a part of a series, and that this particular showcase garnered so much attention. I'm really curious to kind of picking your brain into why you think that is. We know that the world of fashion is completely, saturated with youth and beauty and issues around body positivity. And as an industry, they've made sort of leaps and bounds in trying to turn that around and be a lot more representative. But we are yet to see, elderly people represented in that world. And in a way, I think it's exposed how much of it suffers from ageism.
Yes, it has. It has. And, judging from the kind of messages that I got afterwards, that made me realize that, they've been marginalized so much that nobody even really cares about it. Nobody really even talks about it or even wants to do anything about it. And that was kind of deep for me, because, I spoke to a lot of designers after that. I spoke to a lot of fashion show runners after that, and they were telling me about, maybe it might have crossed my mind once, but it's not like a thought I really, delved into that. Thank you, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for making me think in this direction. And I think because of the way the world works with trends and bandwagons, and you just see what's happening in the media and you just want to follow through. So, but if you step out of that, bubble and see the extended society that actually really matters as well, like the elders, you would know that, there's space for this here, there is something here, and because we think about the elders like a general perception about the elders is that when they get to a particular age, they just go to the home or they're home resting or just, retired or not doing anything. But I wanted to change that perception. Like, they're still alive, the ones that could still, even if you're not even, able to do many things, you could do some things. You could still be alive, you could be confident, be, powerful just the way you've always been, not just, look at them in a certain way. So that was what I was trying to change as well. And that's what I was trying to change with the Elder Series as well, to show that, this part of the society is very intelligent. We can't lose that. We need to, gain from that, learn from that, and just show them in a happy place, pretty much, yeah.
No, absolutely. I read a couple, as I mentioned earlier, I read a couple of articles around this particular showcase of yours, and many people have interpreted it in differing ways. Some have really kind of sort of honed in on the irony of how you were able to use artificial intelligence, something that speaks to technological advancement, something that speaks to the future of human society, use that in a way to amplify the elderly. Many hopping on the irony around that and how, the elderly are often left out of the technological conversation and the fourth industrial revolution conversation, almost to use computer terms, rendering them obsolete in a way. And, I'm curious about whether or not this is a theme that you will continue to, explore in your other pieces of work. As a society, we continue to contend with technology and our own existence as human beings within that realm.
Yes, definitely. So I'm a big lover of tech. I'm a big lover of anything that has to do with innovations, further ways of telling stories, elevated ways of telling stories. And in the past, even up until now, because when I'm maybe doing a documentary or doing a TV commercial and I need stock footages, it's hard to find black people, just literally in certain places. It's very, very hard. And even when it comes to the AI generation, if you just put in random things there, you're not going to see black people. It's going to be, so you have to actually be specific about it. So that alone, in the sense, makes me want to create more things, for our culture, for our, history, society, because of the fact that we have a lot of lost history, forgotten history. I want to use that to recreate, reimagine, to say, oh yeah, this is who we are, this is what we're about. This is what could be. This is how we could, inspire ourselves. So it's a tool for me that I feel has endless possibilities if you direct it the right way. And directing it the right way is telling the right stories, because the backbone for all of it for me is the right storytelling. Being on the mountain of influence, passing the messages down, it's very key for me, because I always bother about the next generation, my kids, and that what kind of content are they going to consume, what kind of things are they seeing on television, social media and that. So that is very key for me. So the messaging is very key for me. So I use AI and tech to enhance it, also to make it easier for me to do that. Because sometimes I might want to do a documentary that could cost $100 million.
Right.
Find investors for that might be, not working off hard, but I could use AI to reimagine that world in a day, and maybe use that to spark up some interest for some people and that. So the possibilities are really endless, and I've created so many things with it that I've never released. That in my mind I'm like, wow, I can't really wait to just speak to it. So that's why I could get specific kinds of imagery from it, whether the fashion show or the other series that I do. So yeah, I'm really happy about the tech advancement and everything with it.
Excellent stuff. Well, Malik, thank you so much. We are going to leave it there. Thank you for joining us on our program today. Well,